Hello everyone, another live stream. We are in the last week of February. Let's start by drawing some lines on our chart, and I didn't make any analysis. I was making a YouTube video on this weekend, so I didn't make any weekend analysis too. I will just sit in front of the charts. Now I will start analyzing it. Let's see, what do we have. We have got here previous weekly closing price and current week's opening price and the weekly opening gap between them. And these other purple boxes are just the gaps from previous weeks. So all of them are previous week's closes and previous week's open prices. And that little green one over here is from Friday. Same logic, but daily. Previous day close, which is Thursday close, and this is Friday opening price, and between them this little gap. These are key levels we like to use, and I will draw some other key levels on my chart. I believe this is an important key level because this is a pretty clean consolidation range, and this is where the breakout occurred, and now price is below this range. So this line over here is my key level. You might want to call it whatever you want. I mean, point of interest, key level, area of interest, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. It's all the same. So this is an important area for me. This is the weekly opening gap. If I was trading from these places, I would probably target this gap. But right now price already tapped it, tested it, so I'm unsure if it wants to come all the way up to this gap. This is a real liquidity void, and price has not tapped it yet. So I definitely expect price to come to this level, but I'm not sure if it would be today or some other day. Currently price looks bullish, so it may want to come to this level today, but I will be patient. I want to look at it on the regular trading hours too. On regular trade hours, this is the closing price, and this is the opening price of today's 9:30. Regular trade hours basically doesn't show us the Asia and London sessions. It only shows the New York session between 9:30 and 4:14. It says 16 on my chart because of Turkish clock, but it doesn't matter. This is the regular trade hours. As you can see, on regular trade hours, price left the gap, the weekly opening gap on regular trade hours, and price tapped the midpoint of it and received some reaction. Oh, by the way, I got a little ill yesterday and my energy is a bit lower today, so I will not take too much risk for today. I already trade a small evaluation account, but still I don't want to take too much trades. I'm now watching this sweep over here. Let me open my chart here. I'm not entirely sure about this setup because the price just opened and it seems like it is consolidating a little bit over here. And I'm not sure if price wants to test this 200 moving average. I'll just wait a little bit more. I mean, I want to get a cleaner setup than this one. If price didn't test the weekly gap already, I might consider longing this, but currently I don't want to do it. I'll just wait a little bit more. I mean, there's plenty of time. The session just started, so no need to rush anything. I'm not an extremely profitable trader. I'm a guy in trenches. Probably someone like you. I'm not that further away from you guys probably. So what I'm trying to do here is not trying to make money, but trying to improve myself so I can become a monster trader, a good trader. Okay. So I value learning patience more than getting a profitable setup because I mean, I'm going to trade this small evaluation account and this account will not certainly change my life, right? But the skills I acquire today will definitely change my life. So I'm more focused on the process and I believe being able to stay patient is really, really an important asset for a trader. So I'm also focused on practicing patient. So I didn't want to take this setup. I mean, if I thought that was an excellent one, I could have taken it, but I don't think this was an excellent setup. And it couldn't move that much either. I mean, do you think this looks clean? I don't think. I mean, currently it is dropping lower, but I mean, this doesn't look very clean either, right? I wouldn't want to be inside of this setup, so I skipped it. By the way, I want to share something for the ones who doesn't know. This is the pattern that we trade most of the times. The pattern is called as SBS or Swing Breakout Sequence. This is a pattern from Stoic Trader. I want to mention the pattern real quick. The idea of the pattern is price breaks above, leaves a retracement low, and then makes a new extreme. After the new extreme, price sweeps the first low that was created on second sequence. This is the second sequence low. Price sweeps it and then goes higher. I mean, this is one of the most important and one of the most strongest patterns I have ever seen because, well, it works pretty well, even though when it doesn't work, it receives some bounces or reactions like that. This is an important liquidity point, I believe. I would normally take this kind of setups, but I didn't take this one because of this gap over here as a resistance level. I mean, it could have worked as a resistance level and it seems like it did. So I didn't take this one. Also, I didn't see much of a momentum over here. And I don't know, today's Monday, price hits a possible reversal area, a possible resistance area. This is a good resistance area, right? I also made a video about this gap too. I am editing it currently. After the edit, I will share it. What's good, dude? I am doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. I'm a little ill. I think I got cold, but I don't cough, so I decided I could make a stream. Good morning, Money, Glitch and Q. This pattern is amazing if direction is correct. I definitely agree with you. It's a great pattern. And I mean, most of the time it works, but sometimes we can't see which one works. For example, there's another. The same pattern over here, right? Price. I don't know why I say price all the time. Okay, price breaks below this area, leaves this consolidation area lower and makes the first retracement, comes back lower, takes out in the London session, a nice reaction during London, and takes it out once again to hit the resistance level on New York, and then comes back again. I mean, even though every move fails at some point, right? Everything has got a beginning and ending. So even if this bullish one worked, right? Price goes higher, retracement, higher high, left this area over here, this exact area, comes back to the area, sweeping this one and then reversing higher again. I mean, the setup worked until at some point, and that point was the opposite side. I mean, when price is consolidating, the SBS setup works on both sides, and most of the time it doesn't give full target for both sides. I mean, if you take your exit before the full target, both the long and the short idea actually works, right? I don't trade the times out of the session, so I will just ignore this, but it doesn't change the fact that it still works, right? I will zoom in a little. Price tapped the gap, broke lower, tested this imbalance, lower again, looks bearish. I will mark some levels such as previous day low and previous day high. These are the yesterday's low and high. Okay. My higher trend bias was bullish before I started today. I was expecting these highs to be taken, but if price cannot stay strong above these highs, I will be cautious about that bullish bias. I mean, the only reason my bias was bullish is I expect price to come back to this monthly open, the February opening price. But I might be wrong. There's a reason we call this a bias. It is not truth or anything like that. It's just a belief. So also price might want to come to this level, not this month, but next month. But currently this looks a little bullish. It also took previous monthly lows, right? I mean, in my opinion, these are strong liquidity levels, and price also hit this level. Let us check this on daily time frame and see how it looks, right? On daily it looks like this. It looks like this. And when I check it over here, price closed above this black candle over here, right? Let me make it more visible. Blue. Came back to the levels and closed above this candlestick over here. That's the midpoint. I mean, I feel like this looks bullish on higher time frames. I want to mark out this daily imbalance too. I'll just look at it. Maybe I might delete it later. So the higher time frame looks bullish, but lower time frame looks bearish. Price is receiving a nice reaction from the weekly gap level, close below the low. Not sure if price wants to take out this intraday low or overnight session lows, Asia low, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. But also when I look at here with this perspective, this is a nice and clean consolidation area, right? This is the consolidation area and this is a breakout of the area. Retracement towards the area. The higher highs. And price swept the levels. Hit the consolidation area. So I'm a little bit unsure. I think I need to see price developing. Price took out this high once again, the same pattern. I kind of feel like price might want to come to this level. This is the break, this is the retracement, this is the lower low. The fourth sequence. If price takes out this high and taps this level and then comes back, then I'm opening a short position. Friday's daily gap over here, a nice target. Another standard deviation of the first 5 minutes, and this weekly gap level are not tested over here. Also these lows are from overnight session and almost equal. So there's a reasonable target over here. Overnight session low. But if it keeps going up like that, I won't short it, obviously. I want to see price leaving a doji candle and then going below the doji. If this candle closes as a doji or a small bullish candle, something like that, if this closes like that, I'm entering from the low of this candle. I honestly don't want to see price dropping with this candle immediately. I want to see this closing. But if closes as a bullish candle, if closes as a strong bullish candle, I think I might not take the trigger. But if becomes the doji, I am taking it. And 3 micro is enough for this.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
I'm making it 3 micro because my drawdown is so small. It's a really small account. Even though this is a 50k account, I have got like 2,500 drawdown. So this account is not actually a 50k account. It is a $2,000 account, right? Our entry is over here, stop loss is over here. So first partial could be from this level on 1-to-1. Just a 1 micro partial.
Order submitted.
Around this level. Or we can let it run to this low over here, I don't know. This is a good invalidation point, I guess. Because of the way these moving averages look. I don't want to see price going above this. If price comes and takes out this high right now, this is not my thing and I will step back and keep watching the price. So for now, I'm sitting with my partial. My final target would be these lows I mentioned, overnight session lows. It seems like it is gonna take the partial, but let's wait and see. This is 1-to-1. Only closing 1 micro from this level. This gap over here is a good level to target too.
Order filled.
It is around this level. Price took our first partial. It hit the 1-to-1 and now let's see what happens from here. Let's see if it wants to go lower or if it wants to keep chopping or reversing. I don't know. Let's just wait and see. Do you guys have any questions? If you have got any questions, feel free to ask them. Now it's nice to see the cross. Simple moving average cross. And I want to see price getting faster after that moving average crossover. I mean, if price keep idling around here, you might see another cross. And that another cross probably would take our stop loss. So we want to see price staying below these levels. Yeah, it's a little early. Today's short was a little early. Let me check the calendar. A yellow news, but it's still news. Let's see how it affects the price. Oh, by the way, I want to explain one thing. Sometimes price does this. Consolidate a little, break lower, make the tap, make the lower low, sweep the tap, and then after the sweep, price just goes lower without making another sweep, right? When the momentum is high and price is really fast, I take my setups like that. I mean, I take my setup from this level, right? Something like that. But today I didn't take this one. I waited to see if price is willing to make another sweep like that, right? I wanted to wait to see if price wants to do this and then start going lower. If I took this first setup over here, the first idea, this idea, I was gonna get stopped out, but I didn't get stopped out and I was able to take a partial and I can even take more. I mean, I didn't lose, which is a good thing. The reason I waited for this another sweep, this 5 over here, is this moving averages, right? This 200 moving average was flat. Price broke below it and didn't tested it. And then price get near close to it. I mean, look at this. Price is near close this one. And price is not going lower with conviction. And there's an engulfing candle over here. So, reason number one. Why did I wait for a double top? Meaning another sweep. There was an engulfing candle, bullish engulfing candle, bullish engulfing candle, which is this one. And price did not test this 200 simple moving average, and it is really close to it, right? And I'm not seeing a strong selling pressure over here. Price left this doji, swept the low, and came back and didn't close below this low. I mean, because of these reasons, I just wanted to wait. I told myself, if this just drops dead, that means there is a heavy selling pressure. Price did not want to test this level, did not want to sweep this one, and if this just dropped that, this simple moving average crossover would have been earlier. So that's why I wanted to wait for another sweep, because the momentum was telling me that price might wanna be willing to do some more tricks. Now we see, what do we see over here? Let me erase this. We see a combo here. This break of this candlestick over here is the first sequence, number one. This high over here is second. This one. One, two, three, four. Inside of this range. Right? The same thing over here. This one. Excuse me. Should have been something like that. Now inside of the range, it is doing it once again. So if this gets invalidated, then there's something wrong with the short idea. I mean, this should not, I mean, after this combo sweep, right? I don't want to see price taking, making another high. I don't want to see price taking out this high, okay? After this combo, this high became even more important for me. So I added another one. I pretty much take that partial again. Take that partial in back. You don't have to trade like this. If you want, you can just carry your positions. I will check ES chart real quick. Just wanna see what it is doing. I don't wanna leap. $20.26. All right. Oh yes, looks a little different than Nasdaq, huh? It has already made. It's the sequence. Okay, I understand. That was a nice combo over here, and it seems like it is playing well. Now we have also a bullish over here, but since price is below these moving averages, the crossover happened. I don't think this one is as reliable as the bearish one. I mean, if you zoom out, there's also a bearish combo too. I mean, this is a tap low. This is the little zone. This is another one, but there is some difference here. First of all, all of this occurred after 9:30. This movement has got volume behind it, but this does not. So this swing point, in my perspective, in my opinion, this swing point is less important than, for example, this one, or maybe this one. Okay. So also price is below these moving averages. There is this crossover, and price has been dropping since the session open, and we got valid targets. So that's the reason why bullish one already invalidated. I'll take another partial over here. We are in some good, nice profits, and it is Monday. I don't know if it keeps expanding or reverse, etc. This is good profits for a day. This actually covers all the loss from Friday. We lost 3 setups on Friday. I lost 3 setups on Friday. There was a 3 losing streaks and then closed the day. And then I closed the day. But today's winner erased all the loss from yesterday, and I believe this might keep expanding lower. The ES looks a lot more bearish than Nasdaq, I believe. So when you zoom out, came to a similar places, similar price levels on 5-minute. I don't know, this might be a double bottom reversal. But I already took my partial. This high over here became an important high after price take out this low. I don't want to see this high getting taken. I want to see this staying protected, and I want to see this imbalance pushing price lower. So based on the closures, I might kill the position manually, and I will also trail my stop loss to this level to reduce my risk even further. The partials we took already covers the potential losses, and I think after this trailing, this setup cannot be closed in losses. This already became a guaranteed winner. I'll just keep watching. I could have taken partials from this level too, but I just wanted to hold it to my levels. I mean, I always take profits too quickly, too early, and I am trying to learn how to carry the positions more. In order to learn that, I need to take a little risk, and that risk is losing the unrealized gains, but it's just an evaluation account, so it would never hurt me. Learning is a lot more important for me. This low is taken. Let me see the midnight open. Midnight open price level is over here too, so I expect even more that price might want to hit these levels, right? My final exit is around here, around this level, close to this gap. Okay, price I already made another low. I want to take another partial from this midnight open price or this gap, doesn't matter, around here. I want to check micro NQ, and it almost hit this level. We might see some reaction from this level. This is the daily opening gap from Friday. So something like previous day close and previous day open. Yeah, I think I could take another partial from this level. But I couldn't decide, and price received its reaction. Doesn't really matter because this high became another tap high after price took this level. And price still didn't hit this midnight open level. Also, the NQ did not hit these levels. Moving averages starting to get away from each other, which is a good sign for bearish tendency. I think I could have taken a partial from this low without overthinking it too much. I mean, there is no huge difference between this level and this level. Profits, right? No, profits are profits, yes. But it doesn't matter. We don't have to be harsh to ourselves, right? We are just trying to learn something here. We are just trying to improve ourselves. And we are just students of the markets. We can make mistakes or miscalculations. I wouldn't call this one a mistake. I would call it a miscalculation. But that's fine. The position is still in profits. And price did not hit our levels yet. At least NQ did not hit any of them. And this moving average seems like it might work as a nice resistance level. This was our entry, 27 points. This was the exit. More than 3 hours. I mean, that was a decent setup. And we added with the combo. I think I could have added another one during the combo over here. I added only one, but combos are really good and strong price moments. It is the strong sign of price finally stopping messing around and finally going towards this destination. Risk to reward ratio is not amazing, but still it seems solid. Zero drawdown and shows a nice entry point, exit point, excuse me, not entry, exit. I wouldn't be so surprised to see another sweep over here, another double top, because price is not really too fast. But since it is really close to its targets right now, it may just flash back lower and make another low. And also this 20 simple moving average seems like holding the price. But still, because of the lower momentum, I wouldn't be so surprised to see this one. Because the same logic over here. I will now remove everything to show it. In here, we looked at this consolidation area. It was coming from a nice resistance level, which is this weekly opening gap, current week's opening gap. Price leaves this area with conviction and multiple imbalances. First retracement towards the area, which is this high over here, this small swing high. The breakout, this breakout is our first sequence. The first retracement is our second sequence. The lower low is third. The sweep is fourth. Reversal after the double top, which was our entry. This one was our fifth sequence. This reversal is fifth sequence, and fifth sequence was our entry. Then we took a partial on 1 hour because of this big candle. We wanted to see what is happening. We want to see if this was a... We want to see that price is not willing to reverse higher from here. So we took our entry, we took our partial. Then we saw this combo over here. After the combo, price made another low. Broke below this little range over here. And same thing again. The first retracement is second sequence. This one over here. Lower low is the third sequence. Sweep is the fourth. And I'm not sure if this is the fifth sequence. Another top, but I don't know. It is it is not very close to this high. So I believe it is possible to see something like that. Come on here and then coming back. Also, there is a little difference between these two, okay? Over here, this is the range, and price broke below the range. That was a proper breakout, okay? Price is away from this range, and price eventually tapped the range. I made a nice YouTube video about this one, and I plan to release it today or maybe tomorrow. Price is tapping this level, okay? and then going lower. But in here, this is not a proper breakout. I mean, I'm trying to teach you some nuances. It is from my experiences, past experiences, and there's a slight difference over here, right? Price literally left this range and made the first retracement sweep and then tapped the range with its final moment and then went back lower. But over here, this is the range. But I can't really call this a proper breakout. You see that? Price barely moved away from the range and went back right inside of it. So this second SPS idea, I mean this current leg, doesn't look as clean as the first one. This gives me a signal. First of all, this tells me this first setup was higher probability. I mean this one quite better. And over here, this one is a little bit lower probability. Because I don't know where it wants to go. I don't know if this wants to sweep this range low and then come back all the way back higher. I can't be certain really, but seems like there's another combo over here. I will take it with paper trading. I don't want to exposure my this one even more. Just to show it. Yeah, this is the stream paper. Stop loss would be here. I want to mention that little combo either. This is the break. This is the first test. This is ugly. I will draw it like that. This is the break. This is the first test. Lower low. Sweep inside of that range. Here is the break. This is the retracement. This is the lower low. Sweep and another one. Now this combo idea is invalidated. I was explaining the reasons for it. The probability of a double top and the weakness of the price. By weakness, I mean weakness of the volume. Volume is like that. So combo is invalidated, but it doesn't matter because this sequence over here is still intact. I'm still bullish as long as price does not take this high, even this one. But I said bullish. I was gonna say bearish. On some rare occasions, really rare occasions, price sweeps this failed swing and then comes back lower. When I look at the bigger picture, I see this could be a possibility. I would rather see price not taking out this one because it already has the 200 symbol moving average in front of it. So I will leave my stop loss in its original place. I don't want to get shaken if price doesn't leave this range. This bigger range over here. Since there is no imbalance over here, I comfortably moved my entry over here. Look at it right there, like that, okay? There's a range over here. Price went further away from the range, and the only place that price could retrace towards was the low of this range. And then price came back lower. But over here there's something different. there's some difference over here. In here, price barely left the range. Just a candlestick close and not a full closure. Some of it, and then immediately came back to range. That tells me that there were less buying pressure over here. Buy orders was more absent, right? Than it was over here. There were more buying orders inside of this range. How do I see that? By just checking the edges of the range. So when this happens, price might want to come a little deeper, and price might go beyond the midpoint of the range, right? It is something quite understandable. In here, price didn't even touch the midpoint, just from the lows and then go back lower. But in here, since the breakout of the range was not so strong, price came deeper inside of this range. So once again, I'm going to take a partial on 1-to-1 on this one too. Will be around here. I'll just leave it on this low over here. Another one. And after this low, if price takes out this low, after this low is taken, I will be done, because I am starting to see a balance over here. I mean, if this dropping move is not already over, I feel like it is really close to be over because of the reasons I explained. It's getting slower. I don't see a strong selling momentum over here. Instead, when I zoom out, I just see a consolidation over here. But buyers are not too strong too, so I believe price might sweep it once again. Also, price didn't reach the targets yet. So after this lows, I will probably be done. I mean, I will be more aggressive. If price takes out this low, I will be more aggressive taking more partials, and I don't feel the necessity to run all the way here. Okay. I mean, I might take in here I will take most definitely one last
order
partial
submitted
from this level. I will also be monitoring ES chart. Oh, these guys look ugly, man. Look at this divergence. ES keeps dropping lower, and this is another thing that I don't want to see if I am going to carry my positions. I mean, for me, this is a hit and run condition. ES and Nasdaq are divergent from each other. When these two diverges, when these two indices doesn't go towards the same direction with same speed and same momentum, some ugly price action occurs, right? So I try to be more cautious when price is acting like that, because in summer I read that if these two indices are diverging from each other too much, that might mean some big players might rotating their money, like selling stocks and buying tech, or selling tech, buying stocks, etc. Things like that. I'm not an I'm not a financial expert, but I can understand the underlying logic. So if they don't do the same exact thing, there might be something tricky, and I don't want to get tricked. So as soon as price takes this low, I'm taking a partial. I am also monitoring this level from ES. I want to see price going below this level with momentum. Otherwise, we might keep seeing some idling around, you know. I entered my short position from here, but I believe this is a high probability idea too. Instead of entering from here, I can also wait for price to make its last attempt and create a failed swing like so. And after the failed swing, this is a failed swing. After this failed swing, I might place my entry below the candlestick that created the failed swing. I mean, this one doesn't look very good because of the price conditions, but sometimes it looks something like that. Just a second. Sometimes it looks like that, right? Or maybe even it gives an entry like that. And even inside of the range, this immediately gives multiple R's. Things like that. Now I like what I see because I see a slow price action and I see that price went above the 20 SMA a little bit and then came back lower. I don't see any bullish imbalances, but I see a bearish one. I want to see price holding below this imbalance over here. And see this, the shape of this 20 SMA. It is starting to look lower, and if we zoom in, we can see that the 200 is pointing lower too. These are all bearish signs. So it seems like price has not created a bullish reversal yet. It is 10:30. Price is really close to the lows. The only downside is this this motherfucker over here. I just hope it comes below this level. If this can flush below this level, it may finally take Nasdaq with it to the lower prices. In past, I was blowing several accounts inside of these kind of price actions. I was getting confused all the time and I was seeing everything as a buy or sell signal. For example, I was seeing this huge candlestick and I was telling myself, oh my god, it seems like it is reversing. I didn't use that moving average stuff too. I was looking at the chart. I was telling, oh, this is a market structure break. Oh, price is going, things like that. And I was, after price comes back lower, I was telling myself, oh, I was wrong. I got a short. I would short from these levels, right? From here, for example. I would tell, oh, this is going lower, and I would short it. And then when price came back, I would say, oh, I was wrong, and long here again. Things like that. And this is the kind of price action that I used to blow my accounts. So This is a critic low and price is really close to this level, so I'm gonna take this partial from this level.
Order filled.
I hate staying inside of these reversals, so I took another partial. Yeah, I mean, I used to blow so much accounts during this kind of price action, and now I can navigate it, even though it doesn't go to my target immediately. I can find setups. I can find profitable setups without blowing anything, which is really good for me, I guess. So I'm happy with my process for now. When price starts to be too rangy, everything starts to work and also everything starts to fail. For example, this long idea worked at least until some point, right? And some other ideas doesn't work. So look at this. I mean, understanding the context, the underlying narrative of price, how it moves, how the momentum and volume affects the amount of expansions or consolidations, things like that. Instead of focusing, oh, where price is going, I was just like that all the time. I was looking at, oh, is it going lower or higher? Do I short or long? Do I short or do I long? Right now, I don't look at prices like that. I just look at price and ask myself what it is doing and how it is doing. Okay? What is the tendency? Things like that. When I ask questions like myself, I can just see that when the momentum is low, I can notice it and I can tell myself, well, the momentum is low. So what do? I wait an additional sweep. So I dodge a stop loss, right? I dodge a stopping position and get the better one. Then I see that it is going slow. I take a partial. I cover myself if price comes back and takes my stop loss, so I can find another nice setup. Things like that. And taking partial allowed me to add another one and carry that position with more peace of mind. I took partials. Because of the partials, I didn't freak out when price came back all the way to my entry, right? And I believe this is what really matters, right? I was able to navigate the price. And that's really all I want, right? If I can really navigate it, then fine. I'm fine. That's... it's nice to see an imbalance over here. Another one could have been even better. I want to see another imbalance over here. If price leaves these imbalances, I might carry my position, remaining of my position to my full target. It was slow. The momentum was low, but it was proper and it was mechanical. It didn't make random swings. It didn't chop around randomly, right? It presented the same logic multiple times. I want to show the logic once again. This is my area. Price breaks out from my area with conviction, with speed and velocity, and leaves multiple imbalances. One imbalance is inside of the range, other is here, and the other is here. Price creates the first retracement swing high. This is my tap high. This is my inducement high. where I expect to be swept. This is the place where I wait for the manipulation, right? And another extreme, and then basically like that. Sweep. Excuse me, sweep and double top reversal. And another fractal confirmation over here. This small little area over here. Okay, let's look at this on 1 second chart. Okay, let's zoom in. This is the breakout of the range. Okay, this is the first retracement. The lower lows over here. You can mark whichever you want. And then price comes back. Sweeps this. Second one. And then reverses back lower. And another sequence over here. You see that? This works so good. It sometimes becomes a curse. Because when you look at extremely lower time frames like that, you see too much of it and it gets overwhelming. I'm just showing you to I just opened the seconds chart. I never trade it. I think it's too risky. I just opened it just to show you this fractal idea. The break, the retracement, the lower low, and this is the sweep. And then price came back lower. Same exact thing with same exact pattern. I mean, if this price was really strong and fast, okay, this could be the first one, test, lower low, sweep and immediately drop lower. And another one would be similar. Test, lower low, sweep and immediately go lower. But when it is slow, the first setup gives us some clues, some information. Same thing, breaks lower, taps, lower low. We don't take this first setup, wait for it, and see that price made a double top, and we expect that second one to be with a double top too. Or sometimes it is a rare occasion, but it makes a triple top, one more sweep. Okay, I mean, imagine price came here and made one last sweep and then went back lower. If volume is really low, price does that, right? Whatever it does it with the second one too, and almost with the same pattern. I mean, today it did the same exact thing twice. First one was more convincing because of this momentum, but second one worked properly with the correct context, right? Let me mark it one last time. This is the breakout. This high over here is the first retracement. Lower low is the inducement. Lower low causes some participants to trail their stop loss above this high. After that lower low, the liquidity was engineered. And after the liquidity was engineered, all price had to do is come and grab it. But since the momentum is not too high, there is not enough fuel over here on this sweep. If the momentum is really high, this fuel would be enough for price. Price would sweep this and then bam. But if momentum is lower, price wanted to get some more juice around this level. Another high, after the another high, reversal in lower time frames and candlestick structure obviously. Let me make this red. After that, price went lower. Inside of the little structure over here, this little range, inside of this uncompleted range, right? Price is not broke above this range yet. A fractal sweep But price did not make that fractal sweep with double top because price was really close to this one. Really close to this high. If sometimes price does that, sometimes price make one last sweep and then come back lower. In fact, we took a setup in previous days, setup like this. Price came back lower. Now broke below this range, but it was a less convincing breakout than the first one. I mean, first one was impulsive and strong. This was a little bit weaker, but still, it was a break. This was the new sequence of the new price leg. Price made a lower low. After this lower low was placed, the liquidity has been engineered right above this high. Price came back to sweep this, but once again, what did price do here? Price did this. Why did price do all of this? Because there was not enough fuel. Price had to find some more fuel over here. So it is only logical to expect the same thing once again, right? I didn't jump out here. Instead, I expected another sweep above this high. Remember, I told you guys, I wouldn't be so surprised if price swept this high, one last sweep. And after price swept it, price did what? Same exact thing. Inside of the range, inside of this new range, price break below here, made a little consolidation area, and this is our fractal sweep. We didn't added any positions after this fractal because price was already coming lower, staying away from the premium zone. You know, price was close to range low. That means price was getting discounted, getting cheaper. So this is why we didn't add anything. This was just our confirmation, this sweep and coming lower, that price might be coming to our targets, and first targets already hit. And the last target, price might go beyond this level. I don't know if it is going to reverse from here or not, but since price is not in a really strong expansion, I mean, look at the higher time frame, it is just ranging, right? No need to watch any courses, buy any courses to see that it is going up and low, okay, up and below, whatever. So this is range bound, and when we zoom in today's price action, well, it is not that fast. I mean, a reversal, a bullish reversal might be due around this level, maybe even this level, these levels. Because of that, I don't want to carry my runner all the way down, right? If I believed this today was a strong trending day and a easy hint from me, during the strong trending days, you don't see this additional sweeps, at least at the beginning of the day. Just keeps going expanding. Sometimes it goes really slowly like this all day long. Slowly goes lower, but inside of days like today, there is a higher probability to see a complete reversal, or at least zoom out, okay? Just zoom out. Remove everything and look at this on 5-minute time frame. Price could do this and then come back lower and still be bullish, still be bearish, right? This would be a nice, simple, short setup, but on 5-minute chart, not 1 minute. These are the reasons why I don't want to carry my runners all the way down, okay? This imbalance was already tested. I am seeing this little SPS over here, break, tap, lower low, and then taking out this one. If price does not keep going lower from these levels, I'm not going to carry my final partial. I mean, it is already in some quite nice profits, and I'm not willing to risk my 70 point. Even if I put the break even, I will be risking 70 point for just this small movement, and I believe it doesn't worth it. So I'll watch the closure of this candlestick. This invalidated this imbalance. I will wait just a little more to see what price is doing. It is going lower. It is using this as a resistance level. I believe since today was a slow day, I don't think price might shoot up higher immediately. But right now I am watching the price cautiously. I will either train my stop to profits, or I will just kill the trade and get my nice points. I mean, I believe this is some nice points for a slow day like this, right? I believe this is a good point to exit. So I will kill that trade.
Order filled.
I mean, there might be some additional points over here, but I already took what I'm gonna took for today. I also remind you that this is intraday trailing drawdown. So losing profits is also like losing account balance. I believe this was a nice session. Okay. Where to learn it all from a beginner. For a beginner. Well, you can learn it. You can learn all of it from these live streams. Yes, this was SBS setup with a combo. You can come to these live streams every day. You can ask your questions. I believe best way to learn it is just from live price action. I will also be creating new videos, YouTube videos, some videos with educational content. I will release the video today or tomorrow. The first video is going to be about this exact logic, how I took this exact trade, right? The first video is going to be about this and how I took especially this trade, this short setup. Also how I took this short setup. And this short setup. These are the setups we took today. I will explain. I already created the first video. And yeah, I created another one. I almost forgot it. I also created a video about these gaps over here. These levels. I will upload them soon. And I will keep uploading the videos. I will create a nice playlist. I will also make a video about this moving average. Moving averages, simple moving averages. I will go deeper into nuances. I noticed things like their angles, their relationship with each other, how they look when price is chopping, right? During the choppy price section. Things like that. Yeah, you will see some nice videos from it. No, not from it. I am not a it. I'm me. You will see some nice videos from me. Excuse my English, by the way. I'm learning English by myself. It all started with computer games, and yeah, it is coming to our final target. I really like today's price action. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am closing the session right here because I'm a little tired and I'm a little ill. I hope you guys learned something new today. I mean, I learned a lot of things. It was a great session for me. I'm doing my best to not steal your time. I'm doing my best to give some value for your time and your attention. And I want you to know, you guys, that I really appreciate your time and attention. Putting value and watching my streams means a lot for me. And yeah, I'm really optimistic about our future in our trading career. I believe the people regularly watching this stream, and me obviously, is going to get quite profitable in the future. I really believe, I certainly believe that we are all gonna make it, and I really believe that we are on the right track. This is just the proof that we are on the right track, right? I mean, all we have to do is keep going, keep learning, and keep sharing. I mean, sharing is one of the best things I ever did. I was really lost and confused before I created this YouTube channel, before I started this live streams. These live streams really helped me to gather my thoughts and use the things I know in a better fashion. When I was trading alone, when I was trading alone without explaining anything to anyone, I could easily get lost inside of this kind of price action. When I was short biased, I would look at, oh, maybe it is going high because of this low is swept. Oh, maybe this daily gap is going to push price and things like that, right? I used to trade my bias. I mean, I would do things like, I would look at the price and I would say, well, it seems like this is going to this gap. Let's short it. And I would lose money because price would be slow and make a deep retracement. I thought I didn't know the difference between slow and fast price actions, but it seems like I already knew everything. It was already hiding behind back of my head. So my learning journey has been really good because of this live session, and I really can see that the more I teach and the more I share, the better I get. So I will be around here. I really don't care how much people watches the streams, right? Even if it is one people, that's enough for me. I'm not here to make a huge back from affiliate and other stuff. I'm not even here to make a huge back from trading. I don't want to be rich. I want to learn. I want to be a craftsman. I want to improve my craft. I really love trading. I enjoy doing this so much, even though I don't make money from it. So I will be here. I don't care about the watchers. And I mean, when it is not so crowded, the audience feels even closer to me. I mean, I feel even closer to the audience when there are not many people. I mean, I know there's some value over here. I'm sharing value. I'm not creating flashy videos. I'm not sharing Lamborghini photographs that I bought from the affiliate sales, right? I'm not the number one YouTube channel in the world, number one trading whatever that BDH, whatever that Patrick Wieland, ICT, all of those. And I'm not gonna tell anything about them. I will just focus on my craft, right? I mean, yeah, I just wanted to talk a little with you guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. I want you to know I respect your time and attention, and I want you to know I really enjoy sharing the things I know, and I really want to see you guys getting better too. This is a really great community, the stoic traders. There is no toxicity, there is no stupid competitions, right? Everyone is supporting each other, everyone is happy to see success of the community members. I have been watching Dre for a while, following his Twitter, even though I didn't share too much things on Twitter. I was really happy to see him getting payouts consistently, and I was watching him during my worst times. I mean, during the times I was feeling awful, but when I saw that he was getting payouts and funded accounts, and especially not just the results, the way he trades, the way he was an inspiration for me, you know. I was trading like a degenerate gambler, getting a lot of payouts, but also blowing a lot of accounts, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, didn't even know where my ass was, right? So after I seen him getting profits with consistent behavior, or closing a day in a loss but accepting that loss and walking away, I felt really good. I am really happy for you, brother, and I believe you are on a great track too. Just wanted to talk to you guys a little. My throat is getting sore. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. If you remember asking a question after this session, you might ask it from Twitter. My DMs are open. I love you guys, and I hope to see you in the next session. Goodbye.